You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Hey, you're listening to Adulting with Horses, the best place to be if you can't be at the barn. We are your co-hosts and equine authors, Heather Wallace and Natalie Keller-Reinert. As crazy horse girls, we don't take ourselves too seriously in the saddle or out. We celebrate the things that make us different. Join us as we talk about horses and pop culture and get a little weird in a fun way. Thank you for being a little weird with us. I love how, before we hit the record button, we usually say our funniest stuff, and it's like by accident. This is a free boobin episode.
I mean, to be fair, it is 10 a.m. I can't be expected to have a bra on yet. My boobs aren't awake yet.
Neither one of us has made any actual effort today to put on a bra. I mean, we're wearing clothes. We've brushed our teeth, I imagine. That's about the bare minimum for me today.
Yep. I couldn't even be bothered to pull my hair up. See, I'm all floppy and falling apart and wearing what passes for loungewear with me, which is like a light sweatshirt.
Well, we've talked about this before. For me, putting my hair up is my kind of not caring, right? I love my hair down. I like to... But for me, when I put it up, it's like, oh, no, don't talk to her, right? But for you, it's your hair down is when you're actually feeling guarded and hermity. And, hermit-like, I guess, because hermity isn't an actual word. And when your hair is up, you're like, I'm feeling like a fabulous librarian. Please approach.
Absolutely. To me, nothing is more professional than looking like a librarian. When I reach that status, I am in control of my life. So...
So you are no longer in control because you do not have your librarian look going for you.
It's just very early. I was just writing, so I'm rewriting a chapter in the last third of my book. So there's just a lot going on in my brain right now.
Sure.
Most of it fuzz, very fuzzy noises.
Well, we don't usually talk this early, to be fair to both of us. Usually we talk closer to lunchtime, maybe a little after. Yeah. And today is a bittersweet day for me because I stayed home from work because today we close on the sale of our little cabin, the future farm that I will never have.
Well, you won't have that one.
I won't have that one.
But something tells me there's more land in your future, my good woman.
I don't settle for anything. Nope. So this cabin will no longer be mine, but you know what will be? The equity will be in my bank account in 5 to 10 days. And that will probably be because I snagged it from Jason. So Jason's always had kind of control of the finances. And so in order to get a mortgage, I need to have money in my account for 90 days. Right?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so I told him flat out, I said, when we sell the Vermont house, you obviously split the equity, we're splitting the equity. But I said that money's going to sit in my bank account so I can look really nice for my future mortgage lender. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So that'll probably be the most money I've ever seen at one time that I can't physically touch, but it's okay.
Boy, could I tell some stories about money in your account you can't touch.
It's always pre-spent, right? It's always allotted for something else.
Well, in my case, most of it had to go into 401ks because otherwise I was gonna owe almost all the money that I made from selling books, writing books, to the government. And listen, I happily pay my taxes. I love driving on roads. Big supporter. Very pleased with literate children who can do math. There's a lot of great things to pay for. But I wrote a lot of books. Maybe take it easy on me. That can't be replicated easily. I don't think I should know quite that much. So anyway, a lot of it had to go into 401k, and that sucked ass.
But you know what? One of these days, when you turn 65,
I am a live for today. No, I am a live for today woman. I don't know where I'm going to be when I'm 65 or what I'm going to look like, in terms of can I ride horses?
Or am I enjoy it?
Exactly. I mean, 65 isn't that old, but that's in 20 years. That's crazy.
Well, it's less than that for me, so that's really
Well,
scary.
it's more than that for me, but I was
Yeah.
being,
I'm
kind.
generous. You bitch. No.
Yeah, I would like
well,
to buy land, please. That's what I would like to do.
Well, I mean,
Not
listen,
wait till I'm 65.
that's what I'm going through right now, and like I can't go into the details, but Jay and I are getting divorced, and so that means we're dividing assets.
Right.
And I haven't worked in an office since 2008. Okay.
Mhm.
So I haven't been accruing any 401k. So my 401k is like from my previous 12 years or 8 years or whatever it was of office work. And it's tiny. It's
Oh, yeah.
tiny. And it gets dinged a lot because they treat it like monopoly money at this point. So I look at that compared to like what he's accrued, and I was like, yeah, I'll take some of his too.
Right.
Because I need it to survive one day. And that's what marriage says we're allowed to do. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I'm in that position right now where we're kind of figuring out who gets what, and I've started the process of like slowly moving my things out. But today is like the big step. Like it's real, right?
Yeah,
Like we're selling the house we were going to retire in, and today is the official day. It's no longer ours. And so it's like a bittersweet day for me, but also I'm going to see that money in my account, and I'm going to be like slapping my hand because I can't touch it to go to that trip to Alaska that I want to take. Do not touch it. I should kill you.
You could join one of those websites like Travel Zoo or something, and you could like book very cheaply a trip to Alaska.
I'm going to go vacations to go is what I'm going to do, because they do like 90 days out, 60 days out, like 80% off a deal, but I have to wait for the divorce settlement to book anything like that. So, I obviously need to know. I can't be stupid. I got 3 kids. So like I got to play it smart with what money I'm spending. But yeah, that'll be when I book my trip to Alaska, you'll know like the divorce is final and Heather is going to be celebrating in solitude.
Shout out to the friend of mine who celebrated her divorce and got her papers in Paris. Congratulations, babe.
That is amazing. Okay, I like that for her.
Yeah.
I like that for her.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you can't do much better than
No?
when papers arriving while you're in Paris. So yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, but the travel zoo thing, those packages. Remember, I used to work in package travel, and discount travel, and those are the real deal. If everybody listening has ever wanted like those things that say get a 7-night Mediterranean stay for $6.99, they're real. The dates are usually really bad.
Well, and that's why.
And you should research the hotel really hard, but you can do it.
I think, because they give you like it's something that somebody's not booking, and they got to fill the rooms, and so they give you these special rates. And I had asked you about vacations to go, and I can get a 9-day cruise to Alaska. I could choose if I'd leave from Seattle or Vancouver or whatever, round trip, and I can have a balcony with a friggin' butler, which is the only way I really feel like I should travel post-divorce, like, to be honest. I
It's
need
for your
my
own
own
safety,
personal
really.
concierge.
You need a man.
I need,
a man that's bought and paid for.
I do like that idea for me, for my future. We'll call him my attaché, or my valet.
Valet, yeah.
Yeah, and I will, but you can get it for like literally, I think $6,000. It would normally be $18,000 or something insane. So I was like, I'm eyeballing that one real hard, and I don't care about the dates because I work for myself. So that'll be fine. Thank you. I just had to make sure the kids are covered for that period of time, because who's going to be freaking out is the ex. He's going to be like, 9 days? What are you doing? Meanwhile, he's going to Whistler for 9 days next week. So I can't really. God. I'll have to remind him.
That is the most Patagonia vest finance bro shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm going to Whistler.
Exactly. But this is now the 2nd year in a row. And listen, I love British Columbia, but I wouldn't, and I don't even mind. They go there, they have this whole snowboarding gang that they've made up their own merch for. And now I will tell you, he's the only finance bro in that group. They're all like graphic artists and musicians and like nurses. And it's actually a very cool crowd. A lot of the guys are really awesome guys. But I was always told this was like a no girls trip, and then suddenly someone's fiance is showing up, or but she snowboards, and so I'm like, oh, okay, so it's a cool kids club, is what it
Well,
is.
this guy wants to bang and he can't do it if he's hanging out with all these bros. He's got a fiance. He's going to take advantage of that. It's a very amorous time in one's life.
Yeah, all the other dudes are married for like a long time, so they're just like they need a break from their wives and children. But yeah, so I think I'll have to remind him of all that I do while he's gone on his little finance bro vacation in order to take that time away.
Write a really long list, just the longest list, just absurd list that you actually get a roll of paper and you roll it up so it unfurls dramatically.
Like
a scroll.
I try to keep a lot of this stuff like private, but I have to just tell you the funniest stupid thing that happened like this week, because he's getting ready for his trip, right? In a week. Okay, he's getting ready so he's preparing for like the last week. And I've had this stupid roof rack on my car for over a month because I was bringing stuff down from Vermont. So he put it on for me. I asked him 3 weeks ago to take it off, right? Because I'm sorry, I'm 5 feet and my arms are short and I can't even reach the dials to unlock it, much less carry this thing that's bigger than me. And so I asked for his help and he said, I can't do that. I'm too busy. You figure it out. You're going to have to do it eventually anyway, which I'm not taking the roof rack with me. I can't do it. Like, that's stupid. So I was like, okay. So I call his brother, who's 6'4", 300 pounds, and owes me a favor. And he's like one of my best friends. And I was like, hey, Mark, can you do me this favor? He's, your brother's too busy. He goes, sure. Okay, yeah. Comes over that night. As I walk in the door, my brother-in-law's about to meet me. Jay goes, I guess I can help you with a rack. And I go, too late. Your brother, your younger, much taller brother is coming to help me. And he goes, you called my brother?
Oh my God.
Well, yeah. He goes, that defeats the purpose of you figuring it out for yourself. I'm like, I did. I asked for help. Like, and clearly you weren't willing to give it to me. So I asked your brother, who's younger and taller than you. And, the golden child of the family. And that pissed him off to no end. So his brother's pulling up. Jake gets on the phone with him. You can leave. I'll help her. Like, now he's embarrassed that he wasn't helping me initially.
Oh my
so
God.
his poor brother had to turn around and go all the way home. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. He goes, it's Jay Wallace. And I was like, yep, that sounds right. So just if anyone's wondering why I'm getting divorced, that plus. Okay.
I mean, like, you lose access to his brother, the uncle of your children, and your friend.
No, he wasn't mad about me calling his brother. He was mad that now his brother knew that Jason, who was sitting there, wouldn't help me. And that now Jason looks bad. Like, that's what he was mad about.
Oh,
he
my
wasn't
God.
mad about me getting help. He was mad that he looked bad in that situation. I'm like, no one's making you look bad. You just look bad. Like,
this is starting to read like an Ann Tyler novel, and I'm here for it.
And sadly, this is my life, and I feel really bad. But like, I feel bad for him because it's like so sad. It's like such a small thing, and I'm like, if Mark couldn't do it, I was gonna go ask my friend's husband to help me because
sure.
Like, he's a good guy. He always helps me out with my car stuff. He's my mechanic. And like, he'd do it in a second. Like, he wouldn't even think about it because that's the kind of guy he is. And then here I got this guy who's like, I'm too busy preparing for my trip in a week.
I'm going to pack all my vests.
His snowboard is sitting outside of my office right now so he can wax it.
Oh my Lord. Look, I'm all for people having hobbies, but you got to keep the douche factor down a few notches.
I mean, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy having my own valet, who's really sexy, and I'm be paying him. So I'll just look at him and tell him he's pretty, but I won't sexually assault him. It'll be fun.
I just remember an episode of 30 Rock I watched last night where Liz wants to go to this Caribbean island, and she said, I was going to take the butler from my island lover.
Yeah.
Cruise ship lover is tougher because it's small. Yeah. There's not a lot of places to hide.
Once he makes money in a relationship, it kind of gets a little gray area. I feel like I could pull without paying. So, I'll just go ahead and see what I see. But, I'll look all I want.
I mean, if you recall, like, maybe when we first started this endeavor, maybe it was before that, but I used to, like, have secret horse money. Like a lot of women have secret horse money,
I
right?
have a secret horse, so I understand this completely.
Exactly. My husband now is
Oh, shit.
basically a bookkeeper.
Oh.
And all of my accounts belong to his bookkeeping software.
So he's like, you liar.
No, but if I do something now, he's like, "Oh, what's this company?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's a riding company that I saw on Instagram, and I had to have that shirt or something like that." Like I have to just be upfront about it now.
Oh no.
But I'm still committed to buying things on clearance, so that's okay.
So wait, but you can't have like a secret Venmo that you like slide money into, and
I
it's like
can't.
Oh no.
No, because it's all like business this and personal that, and we have an accountant and all this stuff. Like
Oh.
it all has to be above board now.
Corey's gonna know all of your secrets.
Yeah.
That is soul bearing in a way that like I mean, I'm just gonna say no to marriage in future just so I don't have to do that.
Yeah, you really have to trust the person if you're going to let them see all of your like late night. I mean, we keep getting packages and he goes, "Well, what's this?" as I pull it out of the mailbox and I'm like, "I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no memory of ordering this."
Oh my
But
God, you probably ordered it 3 months ago and it just now arrived.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's really funny. Like no more secrets, horse account for me. How times have changed.
Well, listen, I keep saying I'm not going to say this, but like our lawyers found Jason had a secret account with a lot of money in it.
Oh
so now I don't feel bad at all for having a secret horse that cost him nothing.
My God. Oh, I'm dying.
Right?
You're killing me. This is great. Wow.
And
yeah,
again,
I would have to figure out a way. Like you can operate with cash in a way that I've never been able to operate, and that's the only way I can have a secret account is if it was cash in a shoebox.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that, which is lovely, and like an emergency fund. Well, and I will say, like when I travel, I'll grab like a stack of cash and I'll be like, this is what I'm spending while I'm here. I won't spend anything on my credit cards except for like the hotel and air. And then I'll bring spending money, and then like I don't feel guilty because it's like monopoly money at this point.
But that's how I feel about using a really good card is like I'm getting so many points.
Well, I love a good point.
I am making money on this trip.
Well, and then you have to have the cash in your account though. That's the thing. It's like
definitely.
But like I have a surprise vet bill that comes. I'm like, I have some cash that I can use to cover that. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like going to completely break me. So yeah,
it is funny though. Like when they can see the things that, like I bought, like tack of the day still gets me.
Oh yeah, I ordered something off that for the first time. It was for my dog.
I tend to order from them like once a month, every 2 months or something, and their shipping takes forever. But I got Ben a really nice fly sheet, and like with UV and stuff like that, because I'm trying to find something that's breathable. Because his old fly sheet, he was just sweating under it.
Yeah,
and we had winter. It was horrible. It was the worst winter I've ever experienced in Florida. It was really bad. My whole flower garden died.
Yeah,
even though it was covered, like the ice sitting on it. Yeah, I would like a lot of sympathy. But now it's going to be 80 every day going forward.
You know who created Tack of the Day?
Glenn did, right?
Yeah, our friend Glenn Hebert of the Horse Radio Network created Tack of the Day, and I was like, look at you. Like, I had no idea. I mean, he sold it, of course. But yeah.
This was back in like...
It was forever ago.
Blog days.
Yeah.
Like, it was a new blog post every day of what was on sale. And it was one thing. And it would be like, this is on sale for today or maybe 2 days or something. And that was it.
I know people who got an HGR saddle for $600 doing that because they get extra stock. I ended up getting a dog blanket for my pit bull this winter for $18.
Yeah.
It was like a $40 blanket. I got it for $18 and the quality is amazing. So I'm a fan. Like I'm a fan.
Oh yeah, things I have bought on Tack of the Day. Tread step boots for 50% off.
Nice.
Which to this, I've had them like 3 years and people still stop me to tell me how much they like them. I think civilians get their minds blown when they see real boots.
Right.
because
Because they're not plastic.
Yeah, they see me everywhere, anywhere I'm at. I could be at a restaurant, I could be at Whole Foods Market. Even the stylist that I had for my photo shoot a couple weeks ago, all obsessed with these boots, which I don't even really like that much. I just bought them because I needed country boots and they were 50% off. They're not my favorite style in the world, but everybody adores them. So those. I've bought like horseware rugs for 50% off, bridles, you name it. And this lovely fly sheet, which is, I want to say it's a Centaur. I don't know what it is. It is a brand name.
You are a clearance girly, and then
Clearance
back
girly.
in the day is like that's what it is. Like it's clearance prices. So I can see. And by the way, we are not sponsoring Tag of the Day at this point. Not that we're averse against it. We're just talking about it because we actually use it
all the time. Absolutely. And I think Bit of Britain is somehow affiliated with them now, which is super confusing.
Oh, really?
But they post, they like do Facebook ads of stuff that's super discounted, and it looks exactly like the Tack of the Day website. So I don't know what's going on with Bit of Britain.
Maybe they're doing some kind of merger or something. Maybe that hasn't been announced yet.
It's going to be one company in the end. It's going to be State Line Tack.
Right.
Tack of the Day, Bit of Britain. And the other one, what's the other one? Fair Hill Saddlery.
On the legal. Well, yeah, I do say there is a bit of a nice, like I was talking with someone and I was saying I'm not going to ever get married again, right? And I'm pretty firm on this. And my friends are like, no, you don't understand. It's just because you're going through a divorce now. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I don't want to share a bank account. I don't want to explain to someone why my horse is going to get a snood or whatever the fuck that he needs. Like, I don't want to explain why his purple bridle is cute, but he needs like a pink bridle too. Like, I don't need to explain this to anybody, and they shouldn't have that amount of control over my life. And so I'm all for long-term monogamous relationships, but legal marriage in the United States government is not it for me. I
think you're right. I mean, we've definitely discussed this before that I would not get married again.
Yeah. It just, especially too, like, because I'm going to be like soon to be like spinster hag age. And I want to really embrace like the crone in me. Like, I really want to embrace that like crazy mature woman who just says whatever she wants and is not afraid or apologetic.
You're going to be an amazing crone.
I think so.
Good.
I'm practicing really hard for that.
Honestly, I think I am too. I'm getting, once again, the most magnificent gray streaks in my hair.
Ooh,
like they're just
you got a little
silvering.
Coming.
Yeah, these wings of silver. I'm like, oh, now we're doing it. Okay. I think they look really cool. So,
well, you have like the love of your life next to you. So like you have like, you can be like the woman, Princess Bride, where she's like the old crone and he's like the healer. Like that could be you and Corey.
Oh my God, yes.
Right? Like,
absolutely.
You're a liar. Liar, 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 liar.
Yeah, we'll have so much fun when we're old.
I think so. You guys are cute together.
We are so cute.
You are annoying, but I love it. No, it's really cute. You guys are goals, and so you'll get through this blip of having to show your receipts.
We both win because I'll spend less.
You'll spend less, and he'll be less stressed, probably, knowing that you guys have more money. It's hard. Partnership is hard, no matter even if you're married or not. Like balancing that. But yeah, I think we're probably not. I'm going to venture to say we are in the majority of women who have a secret horse account.
Yeah,
of some sort,
absolutely.
or like a stash of tack somewhere, like. I need to downsize because I only have, I ride Ferris and Delight is retired. I still have Delight's Western saddle pad. I bought at Equine Affair, never been used.
Oh,
I have a saddle I need to use. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it. I cannot hold on to it for the fact that maybe one day I'll ride another horse, right? Because
I think you can.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm probably going to ride ponies because I'm going to go get a
if you get rid of that saddle pad, somebody's going to call you the next day and be like, so I have this 17 two-hand standard bred. He's like gentle as a lamb. He's perfect for you. I'll give him to you. And I'll give you $300 a month towards his upkeep.
See, that's what will happen.
So maybe get rid of the saddle pad and get a new horse.
You're a bad influence on me. Okay. Because this is kind of the stuff that goes through my head. You're validating
I'm not
all of
gonna.
my inner monologue of why I still
mean,
have it.
I'm not going to tell you not to hoard tack.
I know, but
I'll
it's
tell you
a
not
real
to buy
problem.
more, but I won't tell
Yeah.
you to get rid of what you've got.
I have not spent anything on tack. The only thing I bought in the last year was show clothes,
Yeah.
and I was very good about that. Okay. So, but yeah, as I'm packing up all this stuff, I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that in 3 years. I forgot I had it. I have overconsumption. Okay. I have too many things that I don't actually know what it is. So, you know what the goal of that is whenever I have a new house, the garage is going to be a giant tack room, as everything's going to be organized in labels. Okay. So
Can you
I'm
make
going
it
to
look like a tack room? Not just
Totally.
boxes, but
I'm going to make it so that if I want to go shopping, I'll shop the shit I already own. I'll even leave the tags on.
It's an interesting test. I don't know. I mean, there is so much fun in cutting off a tag and being like, this is new. I bought these reins. Cavalcade, I want to say. They're called softies. They're called soft touch reins, but then the tag said softies, which I thought was adorable. I'm not sure why they don't market them that way. And they are the squishiest, softest, most delightful. They could use more rain stops,
Are they rubber or are they
no, they're leather.
They're leather.
I'm a leather girly.
Well, that's why I was wondering how soft.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be really well conditioned.
It's so soft, and it's padded. I want to say they're padded inside or something. So I don't wear gloves anymore because these reins are so soft. I love them so much. But I love buying bridal pieces and bits of tack, and I have no need for anything new, and I'm a little frustrated by it. I want more.
I once spent a summer going through barn owners' bits of bridal pieces and trying to fix the broken bridles from the broken bridal pieces that were just waiting to be used.
I used to have to create bridles. I get it. I'd go to there was a bin at the feed store with bits and pieces in it, and I'd be like, cheek pieces. Ooh, brow band. I'd buy them for $5 each and make bridles.
See, this is why I'm actually excited one day to date, because they're going to be like, so tell me about you. And be like, well, I have a history of red flags. The first one is that I'm a horse girl. So just get that through your mind. Okay. And if you're okay with that, then we'll move on. Also, never getting married, right? And it's just but I'm going to start with the horse girl red flag. It's yeah, that's me. You have no idea what it involves, but you will.
You could spin it. There's actually a lot of positives, especially for
totally
a mature person, which is, so I'm a horse girl, which means I don't want to stay out late on Friday nights with you. You have your weekends free because I'm busy. And you will never have to pay my horse's bills because we ain't getting married.
That's right. That's right. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
And I won't be clingy because I'd rather be at the barn than watching football with you. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Whatever sports season you want, you got. I'm busy.
That's right. You want to travel? Go for it. But then don't yell at me when I go on a horse riding vacation with my friends. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, I know. It's just funny because you get all these I think there's so many green flags to horse girls, right? Mm-hmm. We're very opinionated. We have our own money for the most part. I mean, it goes to horses, so it doesn't stay long. But
right. We have our own debt.
But we have that. Yeah, exactly. We are not afraid of commitment, right? Because the horse is a huge commitment. We are not afraid of being critiqued because we all do that to each other and pay someone to tell us how bad we are.
We're never short of gossip, so we always have something interesting to say.
We do always have something interesting to say. Yeah, whether they want to hear it or not. But we always have a story.
Yeah. Our work stories are not boring.
No, not at all.
Unlike a lot of men's. Bless them.
That is true. But we will pretend to listen.
Because we're always thinking about, we always have an inner monologue going about our horse.
That's right.
Horse.
Just pretending I'm in a field somewhere while he's muttering on. Right? But yeah, no, and we are infinitely patient, see? Because... And we're more likely to blame ourselves than the other person. There's a lot of green flags. Well, the horse is never wrong. You're always the one who's wrong. That's where I'm going on that one.
Ben was wrong yesterday.
What did Ben do? He's an angel.
He was being impatient about dinner, and he bit a saddle and pulled
Oh.
it down on the ground to show how impatient he was, and I went after him.
I mean, yeah.
And he was like, bye! Because he knew his guilt. He was wrong.
That is pretty naughty.
It was really bad. Like, a lot of times he ignores me. Like, Corey and I joke about how he doesn't listen. Like, some horses, if you yell at them, they'll stop what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben will be bad harder.
Mm-hmm.
And for this, he quit and left. He was like, okay.
You know, I would say I have a couple of barn horses like that, including Delight, where like you can't really yell at them or get mad because they'll just come back at you more, right? Yeah. And Delight, you have to figure out, like, you have to make him regret his choices without being negative, right? Like, you know, like, that was a poor decision, sir. And like, you have to almost be like the I'm not mad, I'm disappointed, right? Yeah. Approach. But then we have this Cobb who is so sassy, and you could do anything to this horse. Not that he's been abused in any way, shape, or form, but like, he doesn't know what a reprimand is because he just doesn't care about you at all. You know what I mean? Like, he does what he wants when he wants to, and if you're mad about it, then that's fine. Like,
yeah, like, okay. He's like, feed's still coming at the same time, right? Okay.
Right. Yeah. And I actually really enjoy that about him, like, so supremely. I feel like that's a good like just example of a woman in her 40s, right? Right. It's like,
yeah,
you've told me for a while that this is what I should want. I've decided it's not, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah. When we're in our 20s, we're like thoroughbreds,
right? Sensitive.
You know, we're very sensitive. You yell at us, we're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We run away. We run through things.
30s, we might come back harder.
We run right through fences.
And in our 30s, we might come back harder at you. We might drill down. We might get in your face. We might really be combative. But in our 40s, we're just like, you know what? No, I'm walking away, and you can suck it. So that is actually that's a book right there. That's a blog post for sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
What age are you? What horse are you?
What's your horse personality type? It's a quiz.
I feel like when we're like in our 70s, we're going to be like, I would say we're like Arabians. Oh, where we're just like flinging our hair around, and we're like, I don't have time for you. And just tail goes up and off.
Pants. I can still move them in my hip reduction.
Exactly.
I can't gain weight because I have GERD.
Oh man, so much to look forward to.
Yeah, I took a turn down a dark road right there. It's totally true. That's hilarious. Oh, I need a moment to stop crying. I mean, you know, I keep thinking back to, like, they really enjoy the sound of their voices. Like, yeah, we are funny. Like, that was just totally unscripted. We're so on point.
We're unscripted, and we are out of our minds.
Yes. It's a terrible combination, but somehow it works.
This is the weekly brain dump. This is where it all comes out.
You're better than a therapist, okay? What's funny is, like, I can never get any of this really great stuff, like, on TikTok or Instagram. Like, it's so funny. Yeah. Like, it's always, like, the snippets are so mild compared to, like, the shit we really say. Like, everyone thinks we're, like, totally... I mean, I guess everyone has a side to their personality, but, like, you know, you see me on, like, Instagram, and I'm like, you know, I'm a returning adult. I'm, like, so serious. Mm-hmm. And then I'm, like, talking to you, and I was like, oh, shit. She's completely revealed herself. In the best of ways. This is my
well, you know. We curate, and then this is for the insiders.
That's true. And only the insiders on Patreon get to see our gloriousness with no bras and no makeup.
That's true. Thank God.
You're welcome. Oh, I'm in my 40s. I don't give a shit. I'll walk out of the house like this in a second. And remember, I have. So,
I mean, I always do. Like, when we were on the cruise this past weekend, we dressed for dinner. Mm-hmm. Wore nice dresses. I took Corey to the mall, and got him into some gorgeous pants, and he bought these beautiful shoes, like these bespoke shoes. I'm so proud of him. He looked amazing. We both looked fantastic.
How long did
But-
those clothes stay on?
Well, we ate dinner.
Okay.
Oh, and we went to like a nice lounge after and had drinks.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was good. But I mean, it's a cruise ship.
I know.
Cruise ships just like they can be going.
They really do. I was
really
so happy to room with you last time. No, I'm just kidding. Remember our
like-
neighbors? They were like banging next door.
Yes.
We slept through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, this is really embarrassing. Guys are spanking and you're like snoring. You missed the whole thing.
You were telling me these stories. I'm like, that did not happen.
It's
Like,
so-
I don't even sleep very well, but like for the 2 hours I sleep, apparently the neighbors were having like orgies.
Oh, it was dirty talk and spanking, guys. It was a free porn, and it was awkward, but I mean, good for them, you know. And they
Yeah.
also fought, so it was one of those relationships. But
you
So
know,
I-
high
yeah.
spirits.
cruise, well, I think vacations in general get people going because you're escaping from life, and you're
Yeah.
really kind of like being hedonistic in the best of
And
ways.
what I really like about, like, I always have like a ticking clock. I'm like, this needs done and this needs done and this needs done,
Mhm.
and that really affects my ability to like let go. And so when I go on a cruise, I generally don't schedule anything at all. Like
Yeah.
it's all about relaxation, and everything is 3 minutes away. Like, oh, I have to get dinner. Well, it's down the stairs, and so that frees me up in a way that like no other vacation style can free me up. Like the literally not having to leave.
Yeah, you could
just-
turn your brain completely
Yeah.
off.
It changes everything for me. So I don't remember what the point of any of that was, except
Oh, you were talking about how he bought nice clothes,
he did buy nice
and
clothes.
you guys went to dinner,
We did.
and all that, and he looked very yummy.
He looked very yummy, but the thing is, there was a point,
Oh,
and I just don't know
what we had as the point.
what that could have been.
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh,
it was-
spending money.
No, it was makeup because I had a makeup artist at my photo shoot, right?
Right.
Paid her an absolutely disturbing sum of money to
Mhm.
do my hair and makeup, but she did a great job. It's horrifying.
You'll
sum
never
of money.
replicate it again.
No, I will just hire her again if I
Yeah.
need it done. But she said to me, you know, she's like, I know you don't like to wear makeup. If I did you again, I probably wouldn't put anything on your eyes except mascara. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. So I bought some mascara.
Mhm.
And because I thought, well, you know, the mascara, I can see how that finishes the look.
Mhm.
And I tried 3 times to put mascara on.
You stab yourself in the eye.
No, it was just, it was clumpy.
Oh,
Even though it wasn't supposed to be clumpy. And then it would like, there was nothing you could do about it. Like it wouldn't
Oh,
clean up.
yeah.
And so I wipe it off and I try again. And after 3 times I said, do you know what? This
Mm-hmm.
isn't for me. This is not meant to be. And Corey's like, you don't need any. And I'm like, I know, I just thought it was a thing, but it's clearly not a thing. And okay.
Well, I think that's a great example of like, don't force it because it definitely isn't your
Yeah.
vibe, right? Like, why, right? What's the goal?
I honestly thought eye makeup made me look older in a really weird way that I couldn't quite express.
Mm.
Like, I just felt older when I was wearing it. And maybe when I was 20, I would have liked to look older, but now I really don't.
Well, I'll tell you right now, my twins are 14 and they have mastered the no makeup look, right? Which is like the all natural glowing like
Yeah.
skin, but like they're wearing tons of makeup, okay? But
Yeah.
they look so natural and beautiful. Like I could never have pulled that off. You know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s and it was like blue eyeshadow and I
Right.
looked like a absolute like spoof of myself. But I will say that TikTok has taught me a lot about makeup. And so when I do have the right products for me, like my day face is very different. Like it's just tinted moisturizer, a little blush, little gloss. You know, that's about it. And then if I go out at night, I can contour. I could do a whole bunch of that stuff. I look like a completely different person in my opinion. But I feel so glam. Like the other night we were celebrating my daughter's permit. She got her driver's permit. Okay. And tonight she's going for her driving test because she's disability. And so she has cerebral palsy. She needs to get modifications and the driving instructors need to be specialized. So we were going out to dinner to celebrate the fact that she's going to be driving soon. And I put on like this dress, like some necklaces, and I did my hair because I just wanted it to be a special occasion for her. And we were going out with the whole family. And I did my makeup and I was like, oh my God, like I need to do my makeup like this all the time. Like, why did I get so good? And then the next day, I went to my daughter's cheer banquet. I tried to replicate it and I looked like a freaking prostitute. It didn't work. Like, how did I do the same exact thing 2 nights in a row, but it didn't work? I don't understand.
I don't know. That's crazy.
It's some kind of magic. It's like what is that, glamour magic or something? Like chameleon. I don't have that talent.
I don't know. I don't know. It made me feel weird having makeup on.
Yeah, well, especially if you're not used to it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
she was so careful because she knew I didn't wear makeup.
Right.
And she was like,
that's great.
We're just going to go very natural. But she said to me, she works at like a very posh hotel in West Palm Beach. And she was like, it's taking, an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, this is what all of her clients, like her clients are all celebrities. And she's like, everybody wants the natural look now. The natural look takes longer than anything else.
Yes.
Like, make this make sense.
No, it really does. And they use more makeup to be men. But nobody, like I saw this woman on the news today and she looked like an actual alien. Like no part of her was real.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you do so much contour, you look like you have a jagged jawbone.
Yeah,
and then you have like the fake eyelashes that look like tarantulas on your face. And like, I'm sorry, I don't find that attractive. And I do find women beautiful. And I find that like that's almost showing your insecurity on the outside when you're trying to put globs on.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right? Like, and there's nothing wrong with putting on a lot of makeup. There's nothing wrong if you want to do Botox, you do that. Like, body autonomy. You do whatever you want to do that works for you. Okay. But I cannot stand, like, after I come home, the first thing I do is wash my face out of all that. Like, I cannot, it feels weighted down. Like, I feel, you know what it is? Like, makeup hides instead of accentuates. Like sometimes I feel like it's like, oh, it's the mask I'm putting on because I go out and socialize in public today.
Well, I have to tell you, I could not feel this makeup.
That's great.
She asked me, she said, now does this feel like anything? And I said, no, it doesn't feel like anything at all. She's like, that's right. I was like, she's
that's
Jamaican.
Why you paid her.
She's amazing. Bucks. Yeah, exactly. And it was like, okay, that's one of those things where I'm like, I'm all in or nothing.
Right.
Right.
So she's her person now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I have to do something in public that requires like, looking like more than.
Or being like on camera or something.
The girl that I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I call my stylist and I call my makeup artist. I'm not doing any of this shit on my own. Yes, it's expensive. But if it were so extreme that I needed to be on camera in this way, then it would be worth the investment because otherwise I'm going to look like a disaster.
Well, you got to put in money.
I can't trust myself.
So I have a friend who works for one of the biggest fashion houses in the world. She's the person who dresses celebrities for the Oscars and the Grammys. Okay. Like she's one of my oldest friends and I love her dearly. I've never once asked her for styling advice. Like we'll pop into her office and she'll be like dressing Sigourney Weaver. Like it's like ridiculous. Okay. But I've never once asked her for advice. I have this dinner in March coming up for like the Founders Club. It's like a big entrepreneurial dinner in New York City at the Polo Lounge. Okay. It's like a very famous, it's owned by Ralph Lauren. Like it's
Ralph Lauren be there?
I doubt it. But you never know, right? It's New York. I mean, you just honestly never know. So I told her we're going out to dinner in February or brunch or something. And I was like, listen, I might have to ask you for some advice because like it's an entrepreneur event, but it's like kind of like a cocktail thing, but it's a dinner. I'm like, I'm not sure what to wear. Like, you know what I mean? Like I never, like that feels almost out of my realm of expertise. And now I've been to a lot of events over the years and even some of these A-list celebrity events. Okay. I've never questioned her about what to wear, but now I'm like freaking out. So I think I've just been out of it for so long, right? Like I haven't been to a big event like this since maybe my twins were just born.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because here's what I would wear. Obviously, I would wear like a black dress because, I'm a woman wearing a black dress.
Well, you can't go wrong with the black dress.
And then I would wear a cardigan. A cardigan because I would get cold.
Well, it's going to be
and I would be around a lot of people and I would feel nervous, so I would want to be cozy in my cardigan. Maybe I'd pull the sleeves down over my fingies.
Your comfort blanket. It's like a comfort blanket.
My little comfort blanket cardigan, and I would just sort of sip my gin and soda in the corner, wearing my little cardigan, and wish for the night to end. That's what I would do.
This is a small dinner. There's only 10 people at the dinner.
That's not bad.
Not bad, but that means more attention, right? And so here's where my eyes like, okay, you can't go wrong with a little black dress. But what if I didn't want to fit in with everybody else? And what if I wanted to wear a color and stand out and like make a bold choice? Would that be inappropriate? Right?
I think you should wear the black dress, but you should pair it with magenta cowboy boots.
Some accessories. I do love a bold accessory. You know, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually did find a really nice pair. Well, maybe even I mean, that's the thing. Yes, you can always accessorize, and that might actually be the way that I end up going. So it's more of like a subtle kind of pop of personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have no idea. I might not even be. I might be the only woman there. Like I don't have no idea who's attending. It's like a super shishi invite only thing that I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go to that when I have the invite, because
that also sounds super weird.
Well, I might be on an eyes wide shut situation. Like I don't know at all what to expect.
Yeah, I would bring pepper spray.
I have my taser. I think that works better in close proximity. But yeah, and anytime I go into New York City, I bring my taser. Period. Because it's basically the 80s there again. So
yeah, that's what I hear.
and I only take a cab. Like I don't take public transportation, especially not when I have to wear heels. Like
yeah,
you
could be working
the other
thing
thing
with your
is
little
I have to
sneakers.
wear heels.
Oh.
So it'll be fine. It's around the corner from my old office, and I've never been. It's exciting, but also like I'm like, oh God, like now I have to be classy. Like I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
just kidding. I'm not even gonna try.
No, I wouldn't try. You gotta be yourself. Don't be classy.
I love that about us. So I love that we were thinking about what we were going to talk about today. And like 45 minutes in, we're like, we didn't do that at all. So we'll leave that to the next episode.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have a great story to go with it because I'll have attempted what we were going to talk about.
That's perfect.
We'll see what happens this afternoon.
Well, so what's your adulting win of the week?
I feel like I am relaxed and I'm getting right back into working on my draft. So I'm doing my job that I'm good at and reminding myself that I'm good at my job, not terrible at my job. There's a reason why I have my job. And so I'm being positive, extra super duper positive.
That's great.
Yeah. It's not like me, but I'll try.
No, I sent you something on TikTok this morning that pissed me off, but made me laugh at the same time. So like, but it was horrible. But if it weren't related to you or me, it would be hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So
God, I don't know.
I don't even know if you. I'm just warning you now. Like I don't know if you should watch it. I didn't even like it because I didn't want it to show up in my feed. You know what I mean? But also, I was like, if you want to choose violence, you can really work with it.
Wow,
and
this is
like,
scary.
Yeah, no, it's not great. But yeah. So, but be positive. I had two things this week. One, I had a really successful day where I did some clean out of the garage. I put some things in my pod and got organized. I did all of my laundry, even the laundry that had been sitting folded, not put away. I put everything away, and then I did more laundry and put it immediately away.
Oh my God.
And for me, that is a really big deal. Like that's hard. Like I have a pile next to my bed at all times.
I'm gonna leave it all in the dryer person, which is why I don't do the laundry anymore.
Right.
I have not done it for many years because I'll leave it all in the dryer. I don't care.
Yep. Well, and that's the thing. I'm very annoying because there's 4 other people in my house. So someone gets annoyed with me eventually.
That is.
We all have our own laundry bins because they're tired of waiting for me to open and bin up. So bad habit. And then the other one you and I had briefly mentioned the other day when we were chatting is I'm working on a new project. So I'm taking a bit of a break from the fiction and I'm finishing an old nonfiction project that is kind of a surprise because it's going to be under a pen name.
Yeah.
But I'm working actively on that right now. And so it's firing me up. It's getting me all excited. So
that's good.
Yeah. So it's not that it'll be a complete secret. It's just that the secret will be kind of tucked away in private little corners where I can't talk about it openly, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
secret.
yeah, so the
Now,
Patreon
if
might
you
have
might-
that, or
Yeah, you might recommend a book by an author no
Mhm.
one's ever heard of, and people be like, huh,
that's
wonder why
right.
Heather's recommending this book so
Exactly.
highly.
Maybe I'll be like Taylor Swift and drop Easter eggs,
Yeah.
along the way, kind of thing. And like talk about how in college I had an alter ego named Ginger. So that might be a big red flag for people to maybe note down.
A ginger flag, if you will.
A ginger flag, if you will. Just so, just peppering those things out there. So,
So we're being positive and we are working on the things that make us excited.
exactly. Those
We're
are
so
really big
good at
adulting wins.
adulting. Yeah.
I know.
I'm impressed with us.
Next week I can't vouch for, but this week has been very
For
adult.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm glad you got back from your cruise safely, and you chose to come back because every time you leave on vacation, I get a little worried I won't hear from you again. Go full hermit.
That was just the Bahamas. No, I could stay in the Bahamas. Yeah, you should be. Yeah, you should worry. I could see myself in the
I
Bahamas.
know. I see the wheels turning. I know you better than you know
I
yourself.
mean, it's only like 80 miles away.
It's an easy plane ride.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I should say my one last adulting win is I got my passport renewed.
Oh, thank goodness. I heard there's like a big holdup with that now.
Yeah, well, it was expiring of January next year. And, they do the 6 months you can't leave. So I was like, let me just do it now. And so I sent it in a couple of weeks ago and I tried the passport makeup look. And I will say that my former passport for the last 10 years, I looked like my mother. Okay. This one was better, but it wasn't great. So, but it was
I don't know how they do it. My passport photo looks like if I were 60 years old and lived in the 1960s.
Right.
And had a very hard life, and possibly I had like 15 children and I lived like in a shack with no electricity.
Mm-hmm.
It's astonishing.
No.
And every time someone looks at it, I'm like, they can't possibly believe that's me.
And that's why it's offensive, because I sent in this photo, right? This old passport of me looking like my fucking mother. Okay. But I had like my hair was curly, but then I had straight bangs. Like, this is like, I had young kids at the time, guys. Like, I please. And they let me keep my glasses on, and I was like overweight. And then now, where I'd straighten my hair, I did the makeup look. I even made sure to try to not suck my head back like a mugshot or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The guy said I had a nice photo, and I think it was pretty nice. But then they put it in the passport, and it's like completely terrible photo, and no one questioned me being the same person. I was like, you bastards.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, mine is just horrifying. At this point, I don't think it looks like me at all. It looks like a sad fen woman. And it just
You just took the cigarette out.
And they're like, yeah, I've got a jug, on my pinky, and they're like, welcome back to the United States. Like, fuck you. You should be questioning me. You should be pulling me into a tiny room saying, who is this? Who is this?
You're clearly so much better looking than that.
Yeah.
It's the only time that being pulled into another room for security reasons is acceptable. Okay.
Like, flip my hair back. Thank you.
Well,
Please,
and
somebody.
it's so bad because so I have to get a new driver's license too because of the stupid Real ID thing.
Yeah.
And my driver's license has been the same photo for 15 years because they just keep renewing it. And it is one of the best photos I've ever taken. I'm not going to lie. Like, my makeup is immaculate. My hair looks perfect. Like, I get compliments from cops on the fucking photo. Okay. They're like, damn, that's a great picture. I'm like, yes, it is. And now I have to go back and get a new photo.
Oh, no.
You're like, are you shitting me? Like, it's a conspiracy to make me look terrible.
I actually love my driver's license photo too. What are the chances? I think I'm like 28 in it.
Yeah.
Which was great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great year.
But I look a bit like maybe I'm 19 and on my way to a Cure concert. Like, I'm wearing black. My hair is really smooth and just like straked on the sides of my face, and I'm not smiling. I just am like almost smirking. I'm just like,
You got that the emo look.
I was actually crazy depressed that year. And it really worked.
I hear depression is great for photos.
Oh my God. It definitely helps me like lose the giant smile.
Right.
And just
You'll
yeah.
smize a little, smile with your eyes. Yeah, no, I love, I'm going to mourn my driver's license photo. I mean, I have my old one, so like I might keep it and be like, girls, your mom used to be attractive. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
And that's the thing is actually they're supposed to send you your old passport back. I haven't received it yet. And I want to burn that motherfucker. Okay. I mean, but I've got some great stamps in it from like so many different countries. But like the photo, like if I get my photo back, I will 100% take like a little picture of just the photo and show you guys. It's horrendous.
I can't wait.
I'm
not sharing mine.
You know me. I'm nothing if not open about my the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's so ugly. So anyway, but yeah. So sorry on that note. Well, until next time, and we're going to be talking about a themed topic, I believe, next time. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So
I think we might actually stay on topic or get to our topic.
Yeah.
And then discuss it.
Guys, sometimes things just flow freely, okay? It's called stream of consciousness. Sorry. Okay. Enjoy it.
Enjoy.